We'll move on to section 2.2, which is all about points, lines, and planes, and more. Planes. And even more stuff. But this section just has a lot of terminology and definitions. Probably a lot of it, at least some of you, are familiar with. So we'll start off with a point. A point is a location in space. It's usually named by a single uppercase letter. This is point A, is how we say it. And that's how we would write it too, point A. Right? So it has no dimension, it just is a place. Does not have any width or height or anything, it's just a spot. A spot in space. Okay? A line has one dimension. It has length. And a line extends forever in that one dimension. Now, lines are a little trickier. You have to have 2 points to have a line. So we could call this line BC, and this is the symbol for line when you write it down on paper. It would look like that. Line BC, and we would call it line BC. Lines are also sometimes named with lowercase letters, so this could also be line K. So we got our points and our lines. A plane is two-dimensional, and usually when you see it drawn, it looks kind of like a parallelogram, something like this. And a plane needs to have at least 3 points on it. So this could be plane, and there's no symbol for plane. Plane DEF. And order doesn't matter here. Order didn't matter here either. It could have been line CB just as easily. Okay. Also, sometimes planes are named by a single capital letter. This could be plane M. So this is just notation so far. Okay, before we go on to the more complicated stuff, a couple more terms. Collinear and coplanar. And for some reason, students often get so bent out of shape about collinear and coplanar. Collinear means literally co meaning with, line meaning line. Collinear literally means on the same line. And coplanar, you guessed it, on the same plane. Alright? Any 2 points in the universe are collinear because it doesn't matter where we put them. One here and one over here. One here and one on the floor. We don't care. Any 2 points in the universe are collinear. Any 3 points in the universe are coplanar because you can always draw a triangle. Guess what? A triangle is a flat surface. So there we go. Okay, so collinear just means on the same line. Coplanar just means on the same plane. Remember that. It's easy. Don't get confused. Very, very simple. Alright, we need to do some more notation. So say I have point A and point B, and they are collinear. So we have line AB, which we could also write AB like this with the line symbol, or alternatively BA. Doesn't matter because it's infinite. It goes forever and forever either way. Alright, What if instead we didn't want to go forever, we just wanted to go from point A and straight over to point B, and this isn't that straight, but you get the idea, and that's it. That would be called a segment. Starts at A, stops at B. Segment AB, or BA, order still doesn't matter, and that would be written like this. Or if we wanted BA, it would be written like that. Okay, so a line goes forever and doesn't stop. A segment starts at a point, goes to another point, and stops. Okay, similarly, if we wanted to start at A and then go forever, go through B and keep going forever, that would be called a ray. And this would be ray AB. And it would be written like this, AB. Order does matter here because the A is the initial point. This is called the initial point. It's where it starts. And the B is the direction that it goes. Even if it was, let me show you, even if it had been this ray, we started at B and went through A, and we'll pretend that I didn't just miss the point, went through A, this would be ray BA written like this. Even though it goes, the ray actually goes right to left, by convention we start with the initial point, B, and then the second point tells us what direction to go. Right, so that can be confusing for some students at first, but don't let it be. It's really pretty straightforward. So that's how rays work. Lines, segments, and rays. If you need a little more clarification on this, feel free to consult the textbook. I think this is pretty straightforward. A couple more items, and then that's it for this section. If two lines cross, we say that they intersect. Okay? And technically, in math, intersect means they share one or more points. One or more points. Okay? And those points that they share, in this case it's just that one, maybe point W, that is called the intersection. When two lines intersect, they intersect at a point. When two planes intersect, I'll see if I can draw real good today. So here's our first plane, and then this will be our second plane, and it's coming up and over and down, and it passes through, and it keeps going, and it goes across, and we're going to have a dotted line over here, and a dotted line up. Okay, and I'm not a great artist, but hopefully you can at least get the idea. Those two planes actually intersect here. It's like two cards cut apart. And that is, the planes don't stop even though we usually draw a boundary. If we didn't draw a boundary, we couldn't draw them. Two planes intersect at a line. A plane and a line can intersect at the line if the line's on the plane. Could also intersect at a point if the line pokes through the plane. And I can give you, I can poke some holes in some pieces of paper or something if you need more clarification on this. But you do need to know what intersect means, and it just shares one or more points. And you need to know what an intersection is, and you might have to talk about intersections of different things.